There was once a beautiful princess named Rose. Her mother, the queen, however, was not as beautiful as the princess. The queen felt bad that she wasn't the most beautiful woman in the kingdom anymore. She was tired of competing with her daughter. She made a decision. She made a drink for the princess. After the princess drank it, she fell asleep. Then the queen took the princess to the forest. She left the princess there. It was a very serious thing to do. Either she will be killed by animals or she will get lost in the forest, the queen thought.
Now your turn.
My wife's name is Kristen. Our house is nice, but it isn't very big. It's small. It's in Seattle. Yeah, it's a small house. My sister, Annette, has a house on our street. It's just 2 minutes from our house. Our children and her children are in the same school, and that's really nice. Annette has 3 children, and we have 2. 2 children and a cat, Pete. My daughter's name is Amy, and my son's name is Brian. The children's school is near our house, so that's good, but my wife's office is miles from our house, about 20 miles. My job is in the center of town. That's no problem. We're both happy in our jobs, so that's okay. We aren't rich, but we're happy. Terry Horton, a 60-year-old woman from Los Angeles, went shopping in San Bernardino, a small city in California. She was in a thrift store when she saw a colorful modern painting. She bought it for $5. An art teacher saw the painting and said it was by the American artist Jackson Pollock. "Who is Jackson Pollock?" said Terry. She had no idea that he was a very famous modern painter. Many art experts came to her house to see the painting. Some said that it wasn't a Pollock, but one expert, Peter Paul Biro, found Pollock's fingerprint on the back. Biro said, "This is a real Pollock painting." A rich man from Saudi Arabia was happy to pay $9 million for it, but Terry said, "No, I want $50 million." In 2007, a Canadian TV company made a movie about Terry and the painting. The picture is now for sale in an art gallery in Toronto. Price? $50 million.
I use the internet a lot, usually after school. It helps me with my homework. I Google information or I use Wikipedia. It helps me with everything: history, geography, science, English, everything. Yesterday, I got a lot of information about Jane Austen.
I play games a lot, and I go on websites for my favorite pop groups and basketball players. I want to be on the computer all the time, but my mom says I can't. She says I can only use it after school for an hour, and then I stop.
Smartphone apps make traveling easier than ever. Talk to Me. This is a great tool for anyone visiting a foreign country. It works like a translator in your pocket. When you speak into the phone in English, it translates what you are saying into the language you select. You can choose between English, Chinese, French, Spanish, German, and Italian. This app is useful for the everyday needs of tourists and business travelers. It's also great for frequent travelers and language learners.
Some of the biggest structures are dams. They hold back water and make a lake called a reservoir. Dams supply water, stop floods, and they also make electricity. Gravity dams are made of a lot of concrete. They are very big and heavy, and this weight holds back the water. The Itaipu Dam is a gravity dam. It's in South America, between Paraguay and Brazil. It's 196 meters tall and nearly 8 kilometers long. The first dam was built more than 4,000 years ago in Egypt. It never worked because it fell down in heavy rain.
Thousands of years ago, people tried to heal broken bones, but they thought that only magic could cure them when they were ill. Early people were nomads. They didn't live in one place. They traveled around to look for food. They were healthy people. They lived outdoors most of the time, and they walked and ran a lot. They hunted animals and ate the meat when it was still fresh. They usually ate plants on the same day that they picked them. People used mud to heal broken bones. If they broke an arm or a leg, they put wet mud on it. Then the mud became dry and hard, and it stopped the arm or leg moving so that the bone inside could heal. We know about medicine in ancient Egypt because ancient Egyptians wrote about their world. They cut words into walls and wrote on a type of paper. We know that ancient Egyptians used magic spells to cure people, but they also had the first doctors. These doctors made medicines from plants, and they were good at putting bandages on wounds. They also used honey to help wounds to heal. This was a good idea. Even today, doctors put honey on wounds because it helps wounds to heal quickly.
The princess had a dream. She dreamed about a man with brown hair and brown eyes. It was the man she would wed. The princess woke up. She saw a strange creature on the ground. It looked like a man, but he was hairy and green. He had horns on his head and a pig's nose. The creature said, Did I scare you? I hope not. Let me introduce myself. I am Henry. I am not scared. To tell you the truth, I think you are cute, said Rose. Rose and Henry spent the day together. They collected berries, caught fish, and had lunch. They had a very good day filled with nice conversations. Rose, I have to go home, said Henry. My ship will sail home soon. I can't leave you here in the forest alone. Will you come with me? Rose was very happy. She gave Henry a kiss on his big nose. As soon as she kissed Henry, he began to change. His big nose turned into a man's nose. His horns and green hair went away. Standing in front of her was the man Rose had dreamt about. Rose and Henry were married and lived happily.